Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the 13th edition of the Infestation Roundtable, formerly known as War Z. So, we've got several guys with us here. Brian, hello.
Hello.
And we got Evil Overlords.
Yes.
And I'm hearing echo from somebody. Not sure who it is.
Not me.
We got Jose.
I hope it's not me.
How's it going?
Good. Joseph.
Hello.
Karma.
Hello.
And myself. So if you would like to join us, we have a couple of spots left, and you may do so. Let me post a link here. And whoever's not wearing headphones, please mute yourself, because I am hearing echo.
I'm just turning down my volume just in case, because I've got my headset wired to my PS3 and the computer at the same time, so just not sure if the sound's going out to the mic.
Okay.
So it can get quite loud for the PS3. I have no idea why. I'm always having to turn it down for the game, and not
Okay.
the mic.
Cool. So there it is, posted for anyone else who wants to join, and let's do this. Except I got this damn echo. Everybody, headphones on, mute your mic. Brian, how have you been doing?
Not well in the last weeks.
Oh, well, I didn't really want to know that. Not on the show. How is your game? How is your gameplay going?
No gaming.
Oh, okay.
I was focusing only on one game. In the last weeks, I was testing Firefall.
Okay. So, but we have like we have our private server for the game, and it I did get on there just the other day, so I don't know how long it's been since anybody's been on, but I got mad loot all over the place.
Yeah.
And so, Joseph, you were the open mic, just so you know. And I was really impressed with having a server. I got at one of the med clinics, I was able to get 12 medical items all at the same time.
Okay.
And pretty impressed with that. Does anybody know how long it takes for that to all reset? Like, how long should you leave your server, running before you can actually get the maximum amount of loot in any place?
Two things. First thing is the server automatically goes into a thing called hibernation mode after 10 minutes of no one being on it, in which no loot will spawn.
That
it goes
sucks.
completely on standby.
So what do we have to do? We have to leave a character logged in all the time?
Correct. But usually, I guess if you're a clan and you share a server with people in different time zones, then you'll always have constant loot spawning if you have dedicated players. So I guess that's the best strategy. Otherwise, that's why people report that they have better loot on public servers that aren't frequented as much as you'd expect. If they're not in the particular loot places, if they're only in Clearview, then you'll probably generally find pretty good loot everywhere else.
I was the last 2 days on the airport just for 1 hour. I found 2 Desert Eagles, 2 TAR 21, and 2 M16. Not that much.
Yeah. Well, I was just amazed at how much loot I found doing my med clinic run. I actually have a couple of accounts, and they're all like physician characters. They just collect the meds, and I was really pleased with how much loot I was able to get. So that's really interesting. Does anybody know that if I were to log my character in to the server and just leave him sitting there, of course, someplace that's safe. Well, I guess it won't time out because my character would die of starvation first, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you would.
Damn. They got it nailed down there that way, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
Breaking news, Marky. On Steam, Infestation is 75% off, so you can get it for $3.75.
Oh, yep.
Wow. Okay.
But no
well,
GC.
More accounts.
The account with no GC. But how much is it? Is what last time it was like 13 something for the account with.
It's $25 American.
Oh, $25 American this time. So it's not as on sale as it was last time.
Still a sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up I bought 5 accounts last time it was on sale on Steam. So I had to create a few quick email addresses for a few more Steam accounts.
Actually, it's not $25. It's $3.74 on Steam right now.
Well, I know, but what about the one with
No,
9,600
no.
credits?
He's asking for
25. Yeah.
Yeah. So because if I'm going to buy that, I mean, they probably didn't intend it to be this way, but if I'm going to buy that, I am buying that because I need the gold. And it's cheaper to buy the gold that way than it is to, to do it, buying the gold within the game.
Regular, yeah.
Okay, Marky, you should not be saying this on the round table.
Oh, what? Am I going to be banned for it?
No, they're going to take it away now.
Oh, well.
You're not thinking evil enough.
Sorry, everybody. Okay.
Evil
zip
Sam.
it. Those of you who are here who see this, you got it. Okay. Enough of that said. Oh, yes. Well, I think that there is something that prevents a whole bunch of people from doing that, which is that the Steam accounts are 1 per person. And so you end up having to have, a dozen Steam accounts, and it doesn't, it's hard to manage. So I suppose you can manage it. But I just bought a bunch of gifts is what I did. So, okay, well, now speaking of gold in the marketplaces, so there really hasn't been a whole lot of news lately out of, from the devs. But in fact, has there been any in the last month? Has there been any game publishes that really affected gameplay?
Grenades work.
Yeah.
Oh, now I have not had a grenade yet.
Neither have I.
I found
but
one at the airport.
I found 34.
34. Okay.
Jesus.
Stop. Everybody, stop right there. Where?
Yeah.
Where at?
Okay. Airport, Camp Splinter, Campos. Go
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Where do you find hand grenades?
Well, okay. If you go to Campos, you can find them on the overpass next to the police station.
Okay.
Camp Splinter, they're mainly on the park, the picnic table, and the towers. And for the airport, they're just lying on the military green boxes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. And so now let me ask, since I have not actually had a grenade myself, can I kill myself with a grenade?
Yes. If you hold it down for too long, it kills you. It can, unless you have hardened or armor. Mm-hmm. And you might need to throw multiple grenades at people. That's what I found in PvP.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's mostly useful as a scare tactic if someone's hiding behind on the pharmacy or something, and they drop a grenade right in front of them. They'll jump right out of there and jump right on top of the and you
jump
get
right
shot.
into your bullets.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's mostly just like a flashbang, basically. It just shoots and it hurts. It hurts a little bit, but overall, it'll flush them out.
I suppose if you have 2 or 3 of them, you could just keep lobbing them in the back room.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so now I really wish that I had had a chance to play around with grenades, but will they bounce off walls? If I throw it into a back wall, will it bounce off?
Yes.
Okay, so there's how you get around barricades.
By the way, guys, if you're using grenades, first person only.
Why? Why? Because you accidentally hit the top of the doorway you're trying to throw it through and it bounces back?
No, I've tried to throw them around corners, and my character throws it into the wall in front of me. I was a bit stupid the first time, but yeah.
I can see it now. I can totally see myself doing that. I do all kinds of crazy crap like that.
But if the devs are watching, make them kill zombies, please. The grenades.
What?
Yeah, they don't hurt zombies.
They don't hurt zombies at all?
No,
No,
nope.
I'm a little
I
dumbfounded.
believe it's because to kill a zombie, you need to hit the head. So if you throw it at their feet, the radius isn't big enough to hit their head. I'm guessing that's the problem, and they don't take any damage.
Mm-hmm.
If you have two grenades, you'll be able to kill a zombie.
Oh, okay. Because I was just thinking,
I'll
well,
have
what
to
if
test that.
what if you throw one on top of a vehicle or whatnot? And it's right at head level of a zombie or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't tested it because
Yeah, neither.
I think they've lowered the grenade spawns lately. I'm a bit, frantic.
Okay. Well,
Or
that
maybe
sounds
people are
really
just-
interesting. So,
I mean, dude, grenades. Been waiting for that forever.
well, and cars.
California, baby.
Yep, that's what I understand.
That's where I live.
What I'm waiting for.
So, and I haven't heard much from the development team. I mean, granted, I've been on vacation for over 3 weeks, and so I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to talk with them. But I haven't really heard much of anything either. So, maybe they got their nose to the grindstone. With something big preparing for us.
California.
Yeah, well, that would be nice. Or strongholds.
It's
Yeah.
a map that's 5 times the size of Colorado.
Currently,
No matter how you populate that, even if you automate the process of populating that, that's a lot of work. And
Yeah.
I think they've learned their lesson about not saying too much before they've got something substantially done, which is
Yeah.
a good thing on their part.
Absolutely, because you shoot yourself in the foot. Even when you think you have it done and it's not ready to publish, shit happens. And, it just, even I have shot myself in the foot with things. And it's just because I'm so excited to talk about it, just like they are. They got something new coming on, and they're just really excited to talk about it. And then something happens, and it's not ready yet. So, yep. Okay, so I see that there's been a lot of changes in the pricing in the marketplace. And do any of you who are here, do actually buy stuff for gold?
yes.
Carmel,
you man.
Carmel, what do you typically buy? What do you typically spend your money on?
Lockboxes, revives, armor, and ammo.
Oh yeah, I spend a lot on revives. I die all the time.
Well, I can tell you about all the changes, all of them.
Tell us.
Okay.
Well, backpacks are down, custom gorilla and K-style are down, which are the armors. Revives have gone from 50 GC to 27.
Oh wow.
Well, they were 30 or 33 before, something like 35, and then they upped
they've
it.
been changing them. It's
Okay.
crazy. And now Stanags are for blue dollars or zombie dollars. So are
Wow.
5.45 AKs. And you can get the Stanag 60s as well for zombie dollars.
Okay. That's actually something I have just been saving up my zombie dollars all along. I've never had anything that I thought it was worth spending anything on.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. IBA Sand, the armor, is now for zombie dollars, and so are large backpacks.
Oh yeah, I saw that large and medium backpacks.
Mediums have always been zombie dollars.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So,
Sounds like they've made some good changes to the marketplace.
I have typically thought that the thing that should be the lowest price is the revive, because a couple of things, and I'm just thinking in business terms. One, yeah, I die a lot. I know this, and so I use that feature a lot. And I decided pretty much no matter what it costs, even if it cost me a real life dollar every time to revive, that I probably would, when I'm running with a group of people, because it's worth it to stay with
Yeah.
everybody. But for the general population that doesn't really like to spend a lot on a game, if you lower that down small enough to where it just is small increments and just meters out, that they would probably do more sales of that and make more money overall than having it be at a higher rate.
Yeah.
I agree. They had it for 5GC on the
Oh.
last weekend,
Okay.
but you missed it because you're on vacation.
Yeah.
And I found myself using it crazily. I was reviving every time I died, as opposed to when it was just necessary.
Mhm. It's also good if you're working on a particular character, trying to max them out, trying to get them hardened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way you don't have to wait. So I see that they changed or most of the headgear now. Most of the face masks are for in-game dollars as well. I don't know.
As if they weren't lying around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, who's going to buy those? I just don't
There's
get it.
always somebody.
Well, there is, and I suppose if we were going to try and do some sort of event, I'd thought about previously. Now that we have clans and we have groups. So you can have 10 or you can have a whole clan. To where you can identify each one of them. I had thought about, if we needed very large groups of people without having, without being, in a guild or a clan, that we would all wear the same face mask or something like that, so that we could be
Distinguish.
recognized. Yeah, yeah. Or it could be very intimidating too, if everyone is running at you with the same thing, then you all of a sudden realize that they are all working together and you are screwed.
Yeah. Everybody coming at you with face masks and katanas.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody crap their pants.
Yeah.
This, of
So
course, assumes that he doesn't have a machine gun
Right.
true.
or hand grenades.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have like an M249 hanging around somewhere.
I have always been firmly of the opinion that if you're in a large group, you should all have guns and be targeting the person at a distance where they can't attack you back.
Mm.
Large
Snipers.
groups are for situational awareness.
Hmm. So explain that a little bit further. So are you saying like everybody should be attacking from the forests, or at a great distance? You have 5 people or something like that, and
Well, if you are on, like, say, a public server,
Mhm.
and you have a large group, let's say 10 plus, there should be probably some bait characters that hang out and draw people in, and then everybody else should be at a distance in a spot where they can get a good view of what's going on in that area, so that you can target the person from any angle. I mean, this is just basic tactics. And I mean, I haven't played in War Z with a large group yet, because
you got to join the clan, buddy.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. But when you're one thing I noticed is you guys are just like all over the board. Every once in a while, you'll have somebody that's sitting back and like sniping, but you never use your group to the full effectiveness. The bait should be the loot collectors and the people who draw Bambis and other players in. And yes, they're probably going to have a high death ratio, but
Right. That's how you
if
get the
you're
loot too.
Yeah, it's how you get the loot too. You get a lot more kills that way, and that I haven't seen that level of organization on any of the videos I've watched online for Infestation. I mean, some players are really good and can take out like 5, 6, 7, 8 players, but they're not going after a truly organized group of people. And I understand you have a wide variety of people with different opinions on this, but I'm just saying, with the people you have, you could totally pwn any server if you really got your tactics set.
In other words, you're saying we should get our shit together.
Yeah.
Well,
And also,
if you
depending
were-
on the people.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Depending on the people, it could also work towards really screwing you. Also, if you play with just a bunch of friends, or say you're just messing around, well, of course it's gonna come bite you in the ass. Having from experience, having maybe 12 plus people, the awareness is horrid. You have the little chevrons on top, and you see everyone, but everyone doesn't. Everyone tries to be like military and spotted this and that. But they don't know how to fight. They don't know where to hide. They don't know where to shoot. They don't know who to shoot. And then on some occasions they do friendly fire, and it's retarded. Why not just figure out a way how to play and just play to the best of your ability, not just mess around.
I agree.
That is a level of discipline and a level of experience. I mean, those are factors, but from what I've seen from the most recent gameplay that Marquis posted, you got a good group of people that know how to play the game, and it's just a matter of setting up a slight, practicing your strategies, and having episodes where you're just like, we're going to try this out. And
Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Having some themed episodes or themed days, saying everyone wants to join in on, we're going to try this particular tactic, then join us. If you're not interested, then play with us another time. Now I know some of you who are here have played World of Tanks, and World of Tanks is a competition MMO. And there's, if you ever watch any of their instructional videos, they talk a lot about, focused fire and other things where you can, you get 2 or 3 people all shooting at the same target at the same time to take it out quite quickly. And I could see stuff like that actually working well with War Z as well, because, even if, one headshot can get the kill, but many of us are not accurate enough to actually make that from long distance. But if there's 3 or 4 of us all taking the shot at the same time, we're going to get the kill. So, yeah. Okay. Well, let's see here. We've had Curtis join us. Hello, Curtis.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. So, okay. Now, so let's talk about is there any other exciting stuff that's happened in the last month that I've missed that we should really be bringing up?
Yeah, I'm going to be a bit controversial, but there was a number of false bans in the last week.
Yes, and in fact,
We have a statement.
There's a statement on that that it looks like Kook posted that there was okay, let's see here. Jose, I'm sorry, but you running around in your underwear, I just had to remove you from this. I know he's not meaning to be, but whatever. Okay, so they stated that that they've seen an increase in false ban claims, and that there was a bug that probably was related to some of them, and that they've got some people that they were unbanning, but that they still are combating the problem of the hack sites telling everybody to flood customer support with claims when they get popped or whatnot. So is it? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Yes. Look, also some legitimate people did get banned, as Kook said, as there was a bug. So they were actually unbanned quite quickly. One of the streamers, Bro, he's quite a popular streamer. He got banned on 7 accounts, and he's claimed to be a legit player, so I'm gonna stick by his word, and he got unbanned. And he was on like the top rankings of the leaderboards, and there was this whole fuss about it. But generally, yeah, I think there was some false bans out there, and I hope that they unbanned the correct people.
I have to say that that it doesn't alarm me as much this time hearing that there was some false bans as it did in the past. It seems to be since Punkbuster so much more reliable than it previously was, and but it is still troubling. I mean, you don't want any customer who's a legitimate fan of the game, and you know the. Anyone that's a legitimate fan of the game, you don't, and that's playing honestly, you don't want to ban them from the game. You burn them, basically. Anybody who gets banned unfairly, even if they get unbanned later, they don't have the same passion for the game that they had before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm speaking from experience. I haven't been banned in Infestation, but I've been banned a couple of times in other games. So,
Can I just say something about the ban system?
yes.
I think it's pretty horrible that they only have permanent bans in the game, and they don't have a specific list for reasoning for banning you. For example, you can now get permanently banned for combat logging, which it has been in games for a very, very long time.
You mean
And,
logging out while in combat?
No,
Yeah,
there's a
you-
glitch. If you prone very fast and sprint, or you do some action such as that, it'll actually kick you from the game instantly. But I'm one of those kinds of people who kind of agrees that you shouldn't be combat logging. But continue your point, Christian.
Yes, I'm just saying that, for example, streamer Artemis Knives, he was combat logging and got banned for that. And there's a clip circling around with Redeemer combat logging, and he didn't get the same punishment because Cook said that he didn't give him a warning, and he says he usually warned them before banning them, which I think is really horrible because will non-streamers get the same treatment if they are reported for combat logging? Will they get a warning? I mean, I see that they ban permanently for hacks, but I mean, there's no like a 3-hour, 72-hour, or and then permanent ban in the game for other things. They just ban you. For example, if you get on a rooftop now by a bug, you can get permanently banned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, Mark. We have you on video doing that.
I know. You know, and I asked, can I do this? And they said no. So I've been warned. You know, it sounds to me like what you're really saying is you want fairness and equality with any system of control or punishment within the game.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And I mean, Cook and the devs really need to say what is bannable, because people don't really know what can get you banned, because there is. I mean, there was their Twitter account got hacked yesterday or the previous day, and there was a sheet of paper laid out about someone who apparently glitched through a wall, and he was accused for no clipping, but the dev note said that it was probably just a glitch, but his ban appeal actually got denied there. Even though Cook said that this was probably a glitch.
Yeah.
Can I butt in quickly?
Sure.
If you get on top of, say, police station, it does temporarily ban you. It's not a permanent ban. It kicks you and it says fair fight ban for such and rather minutes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've not seen that either. Although I haven't been on top of the police station. I've not gotten on top of any roofs on purpose in quite a while. And after I heard that that they were banning for that, I stopped even trying. And but at the same point, what do you do with the customer who's brand new and been playing maybe a week? Obviously there's no set of rules that say you must not be on roofs. There's no set of rules that comes up whenever you start the game or anything like that. And I do know that there are ways to get on roofs with unintentionally or intentionally. They're just bugs that pop you through the top of the roof because it doesn't know where to put you. And I would think that would be very unfair to ban somebody who doesn't even know. And how do you prove that they know? That's the even harder part.
Well, I guess with the roof thing, I guess that's a bad/good example, but it's bad because, like you said, the new player doesn't really know, but that's why they give you a temporary ban, That's the problem with the sandbox game, is that they basically said there's no rules, endless limits, blah, 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 but if I'm able to get on a rooftop, through barricades, Kook has said that's okay, but it's only some rooftops. I can get on top of the big market, but it's kind of harder, and you got to do maybe a small glitch. But if you get on top of the police station, it's as easy as putting a barricade on top of the car and then jumping onto the police station, which won't get you fair fight banned, which I find is interesting. But if you do it without a barricade, it gets you fair fight banned. I'm not sure how they detect that, but yes.
That's interesting.
Okay, that entire process is so unjust on so many levels.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, okay, first, if you have found a glitch and you get on a roof because you can glitch, that's not the player's fault. The only time I've ever glitched is because I was up against a building and I was running away from zombies and I jumped and all of a sudden I was on top of the roof. I mean, this was like 4 months ago, but, it's a problem with their game, not with the players. If the players are taking advantage of it, fix the glitch. I mean, you should be able to see that somehow in your system, that they're getting on top of roofs they shouldn't be on. So find the glitch and fix it. Then you don't have the problem. You don't have to piss off the players, except when they find out the glitch no longer works when they die because the zombies surrounded them. But
well, that's a hard way to learn, but it's a fair way.
It is a fair way, and that's the thing. They are tunnel visioned on this issue, and once you get that, all of a sudden, instead of saying, "Hey, we're going to keep our player base happy by fixing the problems with the game," they're basically going to piss off a bunch of people that are taking advantage of the problems.
Well, wouldn't it be Go ahead, Carmen.
No, go ahead, Marky.
Okay. So wouldn't it be a good rule of thumb for the devs to say, okay, anything that you do in the game that our game allows you to do is okay, and that if something is happening within the game that they don't like, that what they should do is programmatically make it so that it doesn't work any longer. And that's how they can resolve the actions that they don't want to happen.
Exactly. Because this is human interaction here. There's no reason anybody should be walking away from this game pissed off because they got banned temporarily or permanently.
They should only be pissed off because I killed them.
Yes. Well, rage quitting is not the Delves' fault. The Delves keep bringing this stuff back onto them. They fixed most of that attitude that they had in the beginning. But when you do little stuff like this, people walk away. And if you want somebody to play the game long term, you have to keep them emotionally attached.
Okay, yeah, but you got to look at it this way, right? I'm not excusing the fact that the bug isn't fixed. I'm just merely saying, something like combat logging. On one side of the fence, you got people that are quite happy that combat logging is there because they don't die. Then you've got the other people who are annoyed because they couldn't kill the other person. right? So you got two sides of the player base that you got to balance. Now, look, I know that they should fix the glitch because it's the good of the game, right? But it's like tackling, you know, two sides, and it's like which one's the better outcome. Now, clearly in this case, you know, getting rid of combat logging is probably the best and most ideal solution, and they've tried to reduce it by saying that it's a bannable offense. You know, at least they're doing something, even though it's not fixed. But I think a little more information, like Christian was saying, on what is bannable, especially for new players, if maybe there was a guide out there for new players to know what is bannable, then maybe they would stop doing it and you could have a lower number of bans.
Well, the problem is people won't read it. And so
yeah, but
that's just a normal thing.
If you write a rule like that, for example, something went wrong with a pet like that, and you have a glitch that is really bad, if you announce that, you have a reason for players, because you can say, hey, it was announced on our board website, so they cannot do anything against the ban, and they cannot take.
I was thinking more so maybe when you first start playing the game, there's a set of rules that you must accept and you must read, kind of like the terms of service now, but only 10 rules, you know, for example.
Yeah, but
shall not kill.
sorry to say that.
Look, it's just a suggestion, you know.
Yeah, Brian,
Well,
you
I'm
keep
saying
getting
it's
muted.
Suggestion.
I don't know what's going on with your mic, but we're not hearing you talk.
Well, look, it's better than nothing, you know.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I also agree with that. To have some kind of small rules that you should keep, otherwise you will get banned. But at least I think banning a player directly, temporarily, or permanently is not a good reason, not a good act. I think the first thing should be a warning, or at least a small ban, like 3 hours or something like that, not much more.
Yeah, that's what the current fair fight bans are like when you get onto the police station without barricades. It's only a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Now, I got a question, because obviously everybody here is a little bit more technically proficient with the tactical situations in the game than I am. How do you combat log when you have a 10-second delay for removing your character from the game?
Okay, like I said, if you prone and sprint really fast, it automatically just kicks you from the game. It disconnects you without the 10 seconds of waiting.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
that's
a
why
glitch.
it's an abuse.
Okay,
you know,
that makes sense to me now. Thank you.
See, if it had the 10-second, if it had the 10-second wait, and somebody was trying to prone and sprint at the same time, and then it left them standing there for 10 seconds before they logged out, it would be called a bug instead of an exploit. So.
Can I just get back at something about the first thing they should do to stop people from combat logging is actually make the normal log at 10 seconds, not 10 seconds, and then you are stuck on disconnecting soon. I mean, basically, they are encouraging combat logging that way.
You know, I have thought that it's kind of crazy that it's even as long that it's this dynamic range, that it could be, you know, as little as 10 seconds or it can be more. Some other games I've played, it's 10 minutes when you're in like a live environment and everything, and you know, that really could be solved by, you know, it could be 30 seconds or a minute, and it could be longer, so it gives you a lot more risk, and it's not. You're not able to log out before the guy comes and gets you, and because you're logging out because you're scared, but we have no ability to cancel our log out.
I was just about to say that.
If we had that and they increased it to 30 seconds or a minute, then you sit there in panic watching your screen going, I hope I get to the final second, you know. And if not, if somebody starts attacking you, hit, you know, dismiss or whatever, and you start fighting for your life.
Drop a grenade.
So, I don't know.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna take you with me. Drop a grenade.
What game are we talking about here?
Oh, we're gee whiz.
Why are you even in this channel?
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, okay. I know people think I'm rude for booting people, but I like to keep the program focused. So.
Or they make it like in EVE Online, Marcus, where you have a timer if you did something. You are logging out directly, but your ship or so is remain in space for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That was basically if you take any hostile action against a player, you will remain in space. You have a timer, and as long as that timer is not out, even if you log out, your ship will stay in space.
Yes.
Once the timer's out, then your ship will warp away. A similar concept was in Sword Art Online, where if you ever take whenever you log out, your character stays in the world for a certain amount of time, and even longer if you have taken hostile action.
Yeah.
So, would it be fair then, say you could get a 10-minute or 10-second log out if you haven't fired your gun in the last minute or two, or hacked at anything in the last minute or two? Whereas if you have, then it might be the 30-second, the 30-second timer or something like that.
As long as there's a cancel button involved, I think that's more than fair.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, they should just fix the combat logging. I think the system's kind of okay as it is. I mean, you take the risk with the 10 seconds of logging out. I don't think 10 seconds is unreasonable. I think it's enough time for someone to catch up in case someone does run away, to take them out. In my experiences, there are some people who just completely evade us because they go into the back room of Med Center and we didn't even realize they've logged out yet. So, I think it's okay right now if they fix the bug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that would
Don't
be...
I do opt for a cancel button though. I do opt for it.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting.
Sorry, we cannot connect your call. Goodbye.
Awesome. Whoever that was weird. I've never seen that before.
Me neither. That was weird.
Yeah. They tried to get me to dial a number that, I don't know, was going to charge me money or something.
Was it because Bob Rosenstern invited people?
Rosenstern. Yeah.
Oh.
He was trying to invite people, and I think I should have said nope.
Okay. So, yeah. Well, I have a solution if these things get out of control. So we just haven't had to do it yet. It hasn't gotten out of control too bad. So.
Yeah.
Unlike that one time where the guy was just like taking photos of you and stuff. Oh, that was so annoying. Every 2 seconds there was like a flash.
Yeah, and the sound. You can't edit that. You cannot turn off the sounds in this that I found. Maybe I should find the actual. Well, actually, I don't even know if there's WAV files associated with it to where I could just delete those those sounds. But,
probably not. It's Google. They put just enough out that you can make it usable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't even ban the guy. What the hell?
Why not?
It doesn't come up. Okay. So, well, I think that's this is a good time to end the show. So, hopefully now I just want to tell everybody that the roundtable here is scheduled for weekly. But if there's nothing to talk about that's new, we're not going to do the show. Because I don't want to have a show of us sitting around with our thumbs up our butts going, what should we talk about? So, just so you know, because I was thinking about that with there having been no big patches recently. And so I don't want to create boring shows. So
yeah, but we did come up with a lot of stuff that's interesting to talk about that needs to be fixed.
We did, and but there is only a certain amount of complaining about the game that I'm willing to do. We need to have the positive stuff in there as well. And need to be part of the solution and not outpace them, because then we'll just all be frustrated. So, okay, well, thank you everybody for joining. And for those of you who are watching live, there's another show coming up in a bit, so don't go anywhere. And those of you on YouTube, just have to stay tuned for next week. Take care, everybody.